Well, good morning guys. Today I'm going to show you how to start making your initial template. Okay, for that I'm going to go to my browser. Okay, don't forget that you need to have been logged in on GitHub. Okay, I'm going to go to Replit. Okay, if you're not logged in, okay, you go here on replit.it and you're going to see here that it says GitHub. Okay, it's going to verify that you have been logged in inside GitHub. Okay, and you're able to start. Okay, here is going to tell you to create a new replit. Okay, so let's start with that. I'm going to click here, a new replit, and I'm going to import my repository. Okay, in this case is going to be team sample. Okay, I'm going to import from GitHub, and it's going to start bringing up the parts that of the repository. Okay, and because the repository is blank, okay, it's going to ask me what language we need to use. Okay, so here I'm going to say that it's going to be HTML, CSS, and JS. Okay, here the run button is going to be an index.html. So I click here, done. And I'm going to start making some folders. Okay, the first folder that I'm going to make is the CSS folder. On this folder I'm going to add a file. Okay, this one is going to be a style CSS file. Okay, here we're going to add the styles that we're going to use on our web page. Okay, now I'm going to add here a new file, but here I'm going to select here. Okay, so we can make the file out of the folder. Okay, it's going to be an index.html file. Good. Now that we have our index.html file, we're going to go over here and we're going to copy the snippet, okay, that I sent to you. Okay, we're going to go here and we're going to paste it. Now we have our startup skeleton. Okay, so over here we have our CSS. Okay, and over here we have our JavaScript files, okay, that require Bootstrap. Inside over here on this part we are going to make, okay, we are going to make inside here, okay, we are going to make the actions that we're going to need, okay, on this side. So let's start. The first part that we're going to start is with the navbar. Okay, so here I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to start with my navbar section. So I'm going to start by calling my nav. Okay. And inside my navbar, I'm going to start working. Okay. So I'm going to start adding the class that I'm going to need here, that are going to be navbar. Okay, I'm going to use navbar expand. And I'm going to use, okay, I want it for small devices, so I'm going to add here for small devices. Okay, that is going to span for no small devices. So here I'm going to say also that I want dark my background, my navbar, and the background, okay, the last one that I'm missing, I want it dark. Okay. Inside here, I'm going to start making a container. Okay, so I'm going to say this div is going to be a container. Now, inside here, I'm going to start making my anchor tag. Okay, and it's going to be a navbar brand. The href, okay, the reference file is going to be index.html. Okay, inside here, you're going to add the name of your the subject, okay, that you're going to. Right now, I'm only going to add 10. Okay. Now, I'm going to start making a button. Okay, and this button, I'm going to add some classes. That in this case is going to be a navbar toggler. Okay. Inside here, I'm going to say that it's going to have a data toggle. Okay, and this data toggle is going to be collapse. Now, I want to add a data target, and this are going to be the items of my navbar. Okay, so I'm going to add a hashtag. Here, I'm going to say that this is going to be a navbar collapse. Okay. Now, here I'm going to add an icon inside the button. So I'm going to say that this is going to be a navbar toggler icon. Okay, let's run it until here. Let's see what we have. Good. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. Okay. Now, this button, I want it inside my container. Okay, so this, I'm going to move it here. And I'm going to add it inside here. Now, the next step is to make, okay, my collapse, okay, and this is going to be my navbar collapse. Now I want to add here, I need an ID. This ID needs to be the same that I'm making reference here. So here I have navbar collapse. Okay, so I need to grab this one here and I need to add it over here. Okay. Inside here, I'm going to make an unordered list. This unordered list is going to be a navbar, nav, okay, and I'm going to make also that is going to have a margin to the left that is going to be auto, okay, and inside here I can start adding elements. Okay, so here I'm going to add a list item that is going to be a nav item. Okay, going to be my first. Okay, here we have there the first item, and here we're going to say that this is going to be the home. Okay, but we need an anchor here that is going to make reference to index dot HTML. Okay, inside here I'm going to add home. Now I'm going to run it. We can see over here our web page. Okay, now we can move to okay. Here we can see how it's going to look. Okay, now the next step is adding, okay, the rest of the items. So we're going to copy, okay, this entire list item, and we are going to start making the rest of the links. Okay, here we're going to add example block. We are going to make the next one that is going to be gallery. Now I'm going to add one finals that is going to be about us. Okay, so if I run this, I open it over here, you're going to start seeing how it's going to look your web page. Okay, here, over here, you're going to be able to see that we start, okay, with a navbar. Okay, so here we start with the navbar class. Okay, then we span that navbar to small devices. Okay, and we make the navbar to be dark. Okay, so we make it dark and we make the background dark. Now we make a container that is going to keep all this, okay, all this part inside the navbar, okay, to make it responsive. Now inside over here we start making the brand. Okay, so we need to make it to make clickable. Okay, so for making clickable, we need some things. Okay, in this case, we make an anchor tag. Okay, and we make reference to index, and here we start talking about adding the class that is going to be a navbar brand. Okay, here I start adding my button class. Okay, I start calling my button. Okay, I make a button over here on this section. Okay, and I start, let me erase this. Okay, so we okay, here on the button we add a navbar toggler. Okay, and with this one we make this to be clickable. Okay, and to expand we're telling to him that the data toggle is going to be a collapse. Okay, and the data target, okay, is going to be the navbar collapse. Okay, here we add the icon that we're seeing on this slide. Okay, and now we pass here to the div that is going to be handling, okay, the links, the main links of the web page. Okay, over here we add the collapse. Okay, that is going to make the action to pop up. Okay, and we say that is going to be a navbar collapse. Okay, that means it's going to understand that it's going to slide like it's a small device. Okay, and here we make the reference. Okay, we make the reference that we're making a navbar collapse. Okay, from adding an ID to this section. Okay, by adding that ID we can call it. Okay, over here. Now here we're telling to the nav that this unordered list is going to be the navbar nav. Okay, is going to contain the elements of the navbar, and here the navigation elements. Okay, and here we're saying that the margin to the left is going to be auto. Now here we are adding the list item that is going to be a nav item. Inside this nav item we are adding an anchor tag. Okay, inside this anchor tag I'm making an index.html. Okay, this is going to be the reference for the home. Okay, as we make it here, and over here we're saying that is going to call the class navlink. Okay, that process we're going to repeat it on each of the elements that we're going to have on the navbar nav. Okay, that's all guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day. Bye.